Hey, hi, everybody. It is Friday, September 10th. Armani and Edwards, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan, Armani, Braylon Edwards out today. We will check in with Braylon in a little bit during the hour number 2 of the program. He's at the Firekeepers Annual at the Medalist in Marshall. Sitting in for the great Braylon Edwards is the great Terry Foster himself.
0 catches for 0 yards, but I'm still here.
But you wrote about many catches and many yards over the course.
I did do that. I was at the Braylon Edwards game, by the way.
Really?
Yes.
I'll one-up you. I was on the field for the Braylon Edwards game.
So was I. So we're tied.
The great Tom Mazaway along as well. How you doing, Maz?
I'm good. It's Friday, man. Getting ready. Great football game last night. Getting ready for the Lions. Getting ready for Michigan tomorrow, Michigan State. It's gorgeous outside.
It's so gorgeous outside, guys. I decided to wear my Michigan ball cap today, my Jim Harbaugh / Bo Schembechler hat today, the beautiful Block M. And if I can, Terry, so I decided to make a quick pit stop on the way in for lunch today. Shout out to Mr. Kebab over there at 12 Mile in Berkeley. And I couldn't wait to get to Woodward Sports, so I was eating my chicken shawarma sandwich in the car. You know it's never a good idea to do that.
No,
right?
not a shawarma, because the shawarma is very juicy, shall we say. And so you're wearing that garlic sauce all over you. And let's be straight. It wasn't that you were eager to get here to Woodward Sports. You're just being a pig.
I was starving, Terry. I was starving. I took one bite out of the sucker. This explosion of juices. Thankfully, I don't know if you can see it a little bit, maybe over here.
I can see it all over your shorts.
And it's all over my white shorts. Not white, but they're like kind of cream
It looks
shorts.
like you pooped all over yourself.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
I mean, just to be honest.
And I'm not going to stand up and show everybody.
I have a rule about eating in the car. I only eat hamburgers, fish sandwiches with tartar sauce.
Fish sandwiches?
Because they don't squirt.
Okay.
The tartar sauce stays on the fish. The burger, the mustard,
that could be
ketchup,
a drop, by the way.
And pickles stays on the burger, so you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, burger is pretty good. I like
French fries. You
fries,
can't eat a shawarma while driving.
It was dumb. It was dumb. I knew I was pressing my luck. I knew I wasn't going to fully enjoy it, but it is what it is. I did it, and now I'm paying for it, T. But we got a good show for you today. We'll be joined by Kory Woods. Lots of Lions news in hour number 2.
He might be joining us any minute now.
Okay. Oh, it's like that right now, huh? and let's get right to it, Terry. Let's get right to the Detroit Lions. Taylor Decker apparently is going to be out for some time. We don't know how long, but he's not going to be available for Sunday's opener against the 49ers. Apparently suffered a hand injury, a finger injury during a pass pro drill at practice the other day when he was punching something, and he's looking at surgery.
Because people are going to say, well, a finger injury, so what? He could be out for a while. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Let's just skip all the junk. Let's skip all the training and everything. Move Penei Sewell to left tackle. Because you drafted him as a left tackle, moved him to right tackle. But where's he going to be playing in 4 to 5 years from now? He's going to be a left tackle. So I'm just saying, just let the man learn the position and let somebody else play right tackle.
Learn it on the fly. And right now there are different scenarios in which Penei Sewell was playing left tackle. We're going to get right out to Allen Park right now. We do have Kory Woods, our Woodward Sports Lions beat writer, out there. Kory, thanks for the time, bud. What can you tell us about what's going on out there? Was everybody kind of taken off guard by the fact that Taylor Decker is going to be out and Penei Sewell got some reps at left tackle?
Yeah, it's everybody a little bit taken aback by it right now with Penei. He's going to be going ahead and playing playing left tackle this week, and he already said they asked him how does he feel about it. Does he have any trepidation about it? And he said it's going to be like riding a bike for him. But I mean, Dan Campbell did look a little bit kind of somber about the news. They said that he's going to be Taylor's going to be sidelined for a little bit, so Matt Nelson he's going to go in there and get the start and. He just spoke right now to himself, and he said he's still just trying to go ahead and get the formations down and everything down packed. So right now it's still a real touch-and-go situation. I just want to tap in with you guys real quick because we got to get out of here in the next couple of minutes. And I said, hey, let me tap in right now from Allen Park.
Well, we love that, Kory. We appreciate it. Anything else going on out there in Allen Park? What are the different line combinations, and is it likely that Sewell will, in fact, be the starting left tackle on Sunday?
Hold on, can you repeat that again?
Is it likely that Sewell will get the start at left tackle on Sunday?
Yeah, it's pretty likely that he's going to get the it's pretty likely that Sewell's going to get the start at left tackle, and then they're going to probably put out Matt Nelson out there. He's going to go at the right tackle, but when Taylor Decker comes back, he's going to go back to business as normal.
How about Deandre Swift, Kory? What's the scoop on him?
Okay. All right, so I got to start going ahead and walking out because they got to close the gate. So I'll just walk with you guys and talk.
All right.
So as far as Deandre Swift, Dan Campbell said there was nothing to talk about. He did not have any firsthand knowledge of the situation. There's no need for Lions fans to panic. He's going to be going ahead and playing this Sunday, but as of right now, Dan Campbell said there's nothing for. He hasn't personally heard anything about it or know any details about it, and said that there is nothing to worry about.
All right, Kory, get out of there. We appreciate it. Make sure you don't get locked in.
Yeah, they're closing the
gate.
Just combine they're closing the gates because we got to be out of here now by 3 o'clock off of the premises. So just going ahead and wanted to get it out to you guys. But yeah, Sewell's going to be starting at left tackle. Nothing to worry about with Deandre Swift, and yeah, that's just pretty much just the main news. Oh, one quick thing. This is one thing that I've noticed when I'm leaving the field. As per usual, this is a guy who I've been watching throughout the training camp and throughout preseason. Khalif Raymond, once again, the last guy to leave the field. That's all I got to say about that. So hopefully the work that he's putting in, and people have had these trepidations about the Lions wide receiver core, hopefully the work that he's putting in displays on the field this Sunday, because every practice he's always one of, if not the last person to leave the field.
Hey, Kory, great news on Don Muhlbach. They cut him a couple of weeks ago on his birthday, but better news today. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so Don Muhlbach, they did cut him, but they brought him back. He's going to be the special assistant to Brad Holmes, Rod Wood, and Dan Campbell. They're going to have him involved in various projects throughout the football and business operations. So, they want to bring him back. It was a unfortunate situation where they had to let him go on his birthday, but they brought him back, and I was curious to see what's going to happen with his new role.
Sounds like a guilt hire to me.
It sounds like he's going to be in more like a mentor role. It almost sounds like from what Dan said earlier, but he didn't really go into too much juice about it.
That's great, Kory. We appreciate it, man. Thanks for hanging in with us. Thanks for checking in with us. A real-time update there out at Allen Park Lions camp. Kory Woods, everybody.
Yeah, I literally am walking from the field to my car.
Terry said he's been locked in there before, Kory, so you better get out of there. That's no fun either.
Oh, see, they told me what to do if I ever get locked in there, but I'm not going to share that ride.
See, they didn't even tell me what to do. I'm just stuck in there.
Just go over the fence and go on the Southfield Freeway. That's what you do.
Not with the way my insurance set up.
Who's your cameraman?
You said what?
Who's your camera person?
Him.
Right now?
Oh, you taking your own photo?
Oh, yeah. See, I have my phone set up on a monopod.
All right, man. What a smart guy.
Man.
I never would have thought of that.
These young kids today.
They know how to do everything, man.
Kory with a K. You're looking good today, too.
All right, Kory. Thanks, buddy. Drive safe, man. We'll see you in just a little bit. But there you have it. So you got it. So Sewell is going to be the left tackle. Matt Nelson going to get the start likely at right tackle. And here we go. This was a strength for the Detroit Lions. You would assume their strongest unit coming into the season, and already dinged up before week 1.
Right. And I don't care that he didn't get a lot of reps at left tackle. To me, you're preparing for the future. You're not preparing for this year. You're preparing for next year, the year after that. And Penei Sewell, to me, is the future Lions left tackle. He's way more talented than any of those other scrubs that they got on there. Move Taylor Decker to right tackle, and he can finish out his career there.
If Sewell comes out and just totally lights it up and looks great out there, would that almost signify a major flaw in the Lions organization, general manager, and head coach to take this player who is a left tackle,
This plug-and-play guy they talked about?
Yeah, moved him to right tackle, who completely looked lost, was one of the lowest graded offensive rookies in preseason. Now, I don't know what you want to do as far as go, rely so much on preseason, but he looked terrible in preseason. I think that's
not in run, not in the running
pass,
game.
Okay,
pass he did.
But it's a quarterback league. It's a passing league.
I understand that.
And he
but
looked terrible
here's
in
the other
pass
thing. Yes,
pro.
he did look terrible, but I think the Lions' thinking is, why move two pieces out of place? Taylor Decker was the left tackle, and he's going to move to right tackle. Penei Sewell has never played for the Lions, so if you move him to left tackle and Taylor Decker to right tackle, you have pretty much two new pieces there. So I think their thinking was, let's just keep the left tackle in his familiar spot, and the rookie just has to be a rookie.
Fair enough. I'm excited about the Lions. I'm excited to see what this team can do, and everybody's laughing at me all they want.
I'm laughing at you too, but why? Why are you excited to see what this team can do?
Because I feel like this is the start of at least something positive. I feel like this organization is on the right track. Why do I think that? I don't know. I'm a sucker. I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm a softie.
Buffoon?
Yes,
Okay,
all of
all
those things, and I accept it. But I'm a crazy, stupid Lions person.
You're one of us.
Yeah.
You're one of us. We
But
all want
let's
that.
be fair.
Except Terry. He's the only one that don't care.
No, it's not that I don't care. It's just that I don't have expectations, and I never had expectations for this team. This year, finally, I think they've got the right pieces as far as management. I think they have it in place, but because this franchise was so abysmal, because you had to go through Matt Millen, you had to go through Quinn Trisha and all this stuff, you just can't
Mayhew,
build.
all that stuff,
Yeah, Mayhew, let's throw them all in. You can't just build this franchise in a year. I think a lot of people out there think, okay, you got rid of terrible coaching, terrible GM, so now you got somebody fresh who knows what they're doing. Bam, it's going to happen overnight. It's not.
All I know is Bosa is licking his lips. Is it Joey or Nick over there in San Francisco?
Joey.
Joey.
No. Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa is a wrecking crew. I think they line him up on Penei Sewell.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. So we'll see. This kid, this rookie, this 20-year-old is going to baptism by fire or whatever the saying is. But the thing with the Lions, just my last point about this, they have been terrible in the past. Obviously, they've sucked in the past. And every time they sucked, you never thought they were, like, building towards anything. They just were a sucky team. They're a sucky franchise. I feel for whatever reason they're going to suck this year, but at least they're sucking with a point, a track, a path.
All right, let me help you out, young fella. Here's how you should look at the Lions season. Look to see if there are building blocks.
Yes.
Are they losing the same way they've lost the last 50 years, with too many penalties and too many dumb mistakes in the last 5 minutes? Or are they losing because they're playing hard and the other team just so happens to be better than them? That's the challenge for Lions fans, for people like you, because usually what happens is Lion fans look at the Lions game and say, they lost, this team sucks, I want to be Lions free, get me out of here.
Right.
They throw a brick through the TV.
Let's go to the cider mill.
Or, and this is more foolish, the Lions win a game now and then, and somehow, some way, these people see a path toward the Super Bowl.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, it's a team that could likely get back there. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They did it again. Final minute of the game. Tom was terrific, wasn't he, Maz? You love it so much.
He was.
We're going to talk about that opening night's thriller, really. And how about the Cowboys? I mean, I thought the Cowboys looked okay. We'll talk Bucs, Cowboys. We'll do that next. Armani and Edwards. Braylon out today. T-Foss in for him. Woodward Sports Network.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hey, gang, it's Maz for our good friends and our studio sponsor, MyBookie.ag. You know it. It's always winning season at MyBookie. You could have got in last night, bet that over on the Tampa Bay Cowboys game. Had to sweat it out a little bit, but it went over. Buccaneers didn't cover. I told you the Cowboys would cover that spread. That's because I bet it on MyBookie.ag. I used that promo code Woodward because they're going to match your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. That's dollar for dollar. Goes in your pocket. That's all you got to do. Use the promo code Woodward. Baseball coming down the stretch. College football in full action. NFL weekend coming up again. It's all at MyBookie. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.ag. If you have a gambling problem, call the National Problem Gambling Helpline. 800-522-4700.
31-29 was the final. Tampa Bay 1-0 on the season. Tom Brady, 4 touchdowns. Rob Gronkowski caught 2 of them. Here is the 100th touchdown connection between Brady to Gronk. Take a look.
In the draft. Here they come after Brady. Throws, caught! Gronkowski to the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
That's a lot of touchdowns, man. Woo! That is a lot of touchdowns.
Hey.
Yes, that's your favorite commentator.
I know. It was a great game for me last night. Collinsworth, Michaels, and Tom Brady. Throw Gronk in there while you're at it.
Right, but the Cowboys played well. Dak Prescott, 3 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns for Amari Cooper, 400 yards plus passing for Dak Prescott, who coming off an injury looked phenomenal. And, I mean, he looked elite, like an elite quarterback.
Now, do you really need preseason? Because he didn't play. Every time they say, okay, you're good, Dak, something would happen, and they'd sit him down.
But Tom Brady gets the ball back about a minute to go in the game, leads his team down the field. They are down by a point, and this happened.
Got it.
They finally have a kicker.
So suck up with the game-winning field goal with just seconds to go in the game. 31-29, the final in Tampa.
Can I say something?
Please.
For the first time ever, I rooted for Tom Brady down the stretch, and that's only because I had Tampa Bay in my eliminator pool.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't realize how many people probably had that.
I thought he was going to say because he hates the Dallas Cowboys
No, I
worse
don't
than
hate
he
the
does
Cowboys.
Tom Brady.
I don't, no. But Tom, I mean, I knew. You knew it was going to happen. You knew it. And you heard Collinsworth. If you're Dallas, you can't give the ball back to Tampa. But they had 2 holding penalties that brought him back out. And you know what? Things just go right for him. They just go right for him.
I think Tampa Bay, and I don't say this lightly, and I'm going to try to back this up. I think Tampa Bay is going to go 17-0. And I'm not just saying that to say that. You're looking at a football team that gave up over 450 yards. They lost the turnover battle by 3, and they still won the football game.
But they should have lost.
But they didn't. That's what I'm saying. I mean, what team do you know can lose the turnover battle by 3, give up 450 yards, and still win the game? That's probably... I mean, I don't know about this, but I would have to say they're not going to lose the turnover battle by 3 too many more times. Dallas looked like an elite offense, at least anyway. I don't know who's going to beat this team right now as I look at them with those kind of numbers. Gaudy numbers, 450 yards of offense for Dallas plus, and losing the turnover battle by 3, and you still win the game. When you win that game, what are you going to do when you're not handing the ball to the other team?
All right, here's what you didn't factor in, young man. The fatigue of a long season. The season is longer now. It's not 14 games. It's not 12 games. It's not even 16 or 17. The longer you go, the tougher it is to be up for games. The mental part plays a big role, and that's why we see upsets. That's why we see teams look terrible against certain teams or lose games they shouldn't lose. I think when you get into October, November, and then December, you got to still win on these games. I just don't think any team is capable of winning 17 games.
A bettor at BetMGM has placed a bet, $2,500 on the Buccaneers to be the first team to go 20-0. It would pay him $312,500. So you're saying 17-0. He's got the playoffs in there. So one bettor has put his money where his mouth is.
I guess that would be the only thing left for Tom Brady to do as well. It is complete an unbeaten season. Completely. He almost had it. Lost to Eli in the Giants. The 18-1 year, if you will. And I don't know. Look, everybody came back to play for the Bucs for a reason. We've never seen it in the history of the National Football League where a champion returns all 22 starting players. Now, they lost one last night. The bone came through the – oh, my gosh. That was ugly. It's unspeakable. Broken elbow, I would think. Right, Maz? What would you – I mean, we don't know, but, I mean, that it looked like the elbow came through the skin there. It was awful. So they're down a starter, but everybody came back, Terry. I think that just signifies, too, that they want to do something that's never been done before.
No, that is nice. Yeah. But I would like to see some new people in the starting lineup because what happens is you bring in some fresh faces and everybody's celebrating the championship, and those guys say, I don't have a championship. Those guys are hungry. I think that the people that you bring in are hungrier than the guys who've already been there because they see all the celebrations. They see the Lombardi Trophy in the river, and they see all the banners and fireworks and stuff. They say, I want a part of that. And so I would like to see some fresh, new faces who don't have it and basking in their glory, and I think that would make them even better.
Sean Murphy bunting last night.
Yeah, local guy.
Dislocated elbow. Indicated it would not be season-ending.
Oh, wow.
That was from Ian Rappaport.
Well, that's great news because it looked like there was certainly bone coming through. If you see the still photo of it, it did not look good. What does look good is Tom Brady on opening day. Throw it up, Alex. It is just sick.
It's frightening.
His season openers now, 15-4 in season openers for Tom Brady. Just absolutely stunning. If you watch it on YouTube or in Twitter, you see, Tom Brady walking through the tunnel. There should be a number on that screen, but there's not. But he is 15-4 now on opening week.
So,
NFL
brother, let me ask you
games.
this. When do we stop hearing how lucky this man is? When do we stop hearing from certain people? It's not a groundswell, but we still hear from certain people, lucky, fortunate, overrated, that kind of stuff. When does that die down?
I know the guy you're talking about who does that, and I don't know. I think once you and it's no different from a politician or a business owner who makes a determination on any subject or any rule or law or anything, and then you know it's wrong, but you can't go back on it.
You've committed.
You are committed, and you are dug into your position on that. I don't even know if he even believes that anymore. I don't know how you could possibly believe. Look, this is a team sport. When you play a team sport, you're going to need to rely on other people on that team to make plays, to make kicks, to do whatever, recover fumbles, whatever the case may be. But saying that Tom Brady is lucky is no different from a politician digging in on a policy or a business owner digging in on an employee or whatever area of life you want to equate it to. People have a hard time going back on their own decisions for lack of, being called a flip-flopper or whatever the case may be.
It's not flip-flopping. You can always change your mind. There's new evidence that leads you to believe, okay, this guy is great. Now, I had a conversation. You familiar with a little guy around here named Easy?
Oh, yeah.
Little slim guy?
Love Easy. Where's my guy?
All right. He said, you know what? After watching that game last night, I'm finally come around to Tom Brady.
He's 20-something years old. What are you counting him for?
He's still a United States citizen. I said, so 7 Super Bowl rings didn't convince you. Winning a Super Bowl with another team and then watching the other team fall apart didn't convince you. but a regular season game convinced you. And he shrugs, says, yeah, I guess. I said, dude, come on now.
I feel like you're getting there too, Tom.
Tom just hates the guy.
Yeah, the more information you have about something, though, a person, a place, a thing, the better informed your opinion about it can be. And I think that, Terry, that's exactly what you were saying. I mean, how much more information do you need to know to realize that this is the greatest quarterback we've ever seen in our lives?
I give up.
Yeah.
I give up.
That's a smart way to go.
I give up. Him to Gronk 100 times. Are they the best, or is Joe Montana / Steve Young to Jerry Rice the better combination? What's the better combo of those two?
I'll tell you who would think this combo is better. Jerry Rice would tell you this combo is better. I had a little talk with Jerry Rice and John Taylor at the Silverdome, and I was talking about. I asked them questions about Joe Montana and about how great they were and everything. And they were like, dude, it's us. Mm-hmm. We make these quarterbacks better because we're, at the time they said we're the best wide receiver combo in there. So I think they might even agree that this
Love Johnny T, too, by the way. John Taylor was one of the most underrated wide receivers in the game's history.
Got a Super Bowl clinching touchdown against the Bengals.
No doubt. Jerry Rice gets all love, but John Taylor was a great wide receiver. Guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, he is the Reverend of Roar, highlighting superfans for the Detroit Lions. Mike Rollo is going to join us. We'll do that next. This is Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
All right, y'all, listen up to me right here and right now. Start a new career in an industry that is always essential and booming, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu.
How about it?
Do it now.
Yay! Yeah, baby.
Or else I'll fight you.
And we don't want Terry to fight, so just do it. Guys, highlighting Lions superfans as we embark on a brand new season of Lions football. New attitude, new coach, new regime, new general manager, new quarterback. Let's go, baby!
And an old voice. Not a lot of people know about the Reverend of Roar, but Mike Rollo gives sermons every Sunday before Lions home game.
I love it.
And he's got his Honolulu blue and silver suit, his little cowboy boots and his big hat on and everything. He's hilarious. And
we've got him now.
We got him now. I've been to a few of his sermons, and the Reverend of Roar.
What up?
Yeah! It's game time! Getting ready, baby! Brother Tom, Brother Ryan, Brother Terry! How y'all doing, baby?
All right, well, you made a mistake. You did not give us a hallelujah. Just saying.
Well, it's time to get going. I may have been stepping pretty quick, my friends, but can I get an amen?
Hey,
we'll get back into it. You go. We get back into it. We'll get those hallelujahs when this game gets going.
The Reverend's blowing our speakers out.
Mike, how long you been doing this?
I've been doing this right around 12 years. An old cheesehead challenged me, and I had no fears. That's why I had to be here. And for all of these years, because we are Lions fans, true. We're bleeding silver and blue, just like you. You love it? Can I get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Now, Mike, tell us where you're going to be this Sunday, because normally you're at the Park Bar, but now you're venturing out downtown. Where are you going to be this Sunday before the game?
Right. Oh, yeah, we're going to be kicking it all over. We're going to be mainly at 124 Montcalm. That's right by the town pub with the Blue Crew and the Tub Graders. You're going to see Crackman, a Pilgrim, Blue Lions, Eyes Lions, and all the Hall of Fame fans are going to be there. We're going to be kicking it with a hot tub, and the new it's going to be good times, baby. Oh, my God. And then right about noon, we'll be over by the Park Bar, and we're going to do that same 12:05, and we're going to come alive, and we'll get it ready for the season. No reason to be wrong.
Hey, talking to Mike Rallo, the Reverend of Roar. Shout out to the Pilgrim today, too. I believe today is the Pilgrim's birthday, so we have to say happy birthday to the Pilgrim.
Yep, got my Pilgrim Strong bracelet on right now. We're wearing it. We're always Pilgrim Strong, baby. Happy birthday, Pilgrim. Mark Mullins, we love you.
So what is the sermon going to be about tomorrow as we embark on a new season here, Reverend?
Well, I tell you this. I can give you a little peek in how it's going to go this week. See, this is where we start the foundation that we're doing with the Lions Nation. See, the thing is that I have learned that the price of love is grief. And we've been through enough, we know. But we make it through, and that's how we get our relief. But as we get stuck right here, as we get going, we know what we have. We're starting with the foundation. The lines are cleaning up. And everybody turned off on Jared Goff. But let him be the man that comes through. You see, this is what I'm going to say to you. We're going to make it through because we've got the spirit. We've got the pride of the Detroit, and this is how we're going to make it through. The Lion Den knows that you got to be strong to get through those woes, and we're going to make it, baby. We're going to make it. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
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 That's
amen,
right.
Baby.
Now, I've been to a few of the Reverend's sermons, and they are very entertaining. You get to do a shot. He walks across the bar.
Which is always good.
Yeah, that's always good. But he's almost always predicts a big Lions victory that day. And then he walks over to the stadium with his entourage, and it's a fun time. Now, speaking of walking, Mr. Reverend of Roar, your truck broke down in the UP north of St. Ignace. Can you tell everybody how you got home?
Well, I asked a few friends, you think it would be cool? And if I was a fool, if I were to walk 500 miles from the UP to Ford Field, and guess what? I am a Lions fan that will not yield, and I did it. 500 miles I made it, raising money for charity, live broadcasting. It was the craziest, best thing I've ever done in my life, and I will do it again, my friends, because I will walk 500 miles, and I will walk 500 more.
And I would walk 500 miles.
That's right.
And I would walk 500 more.
Hey,
sorry, I had to do that.
Hey, Rev, I got a question for you.
If we had a music license, we would play that song right now.
Hey, is Dan Campbell your favorite Lions coach ever? He seems to be your kind of guy.
I mean, I'm going to go past all the hype. I like a man that believes in what he says and ain't messing with nobody. He ain't hiding nothing. He knows what he's got. You know what he's got, and he's being true. And when you're true blue, just like my walls are painted in my house, that's how you get it going, because we're taking it back to Ford Field, and he knows he's doing it right. And he knows what he's got, and we know we're going to have a tough season. But there ain't no reason to cry. There ain't no reason to be sad. I ain't mad. That man, he speaks well. He's in my book. You called it well. Thank you, man.
All right. Reverend of Roar, why do you love the Detroit Lions?
Why do I love? I do. Well, I know nothing but. See, I wear the silver, but I bleed the blue. I'm always there. My love for the Lions is because we're always there to be that underdog, to be that one that comes up and like, we're not supposed to win. Yes, we do, and we expect us to win. And you know what the best part is? When we go against a team like, say, Francisco, and they happen to be the ones that are going to be winning, I tell you, we might take it from them. They're going to be too proud to get us out. We're going to be there. We're going to get them the clout, baby.
All right.
Just phenomenal.
Awesome.
Just phenomenal. I will tell you, I think the Lions have the best group of fans. You know, behind you, Mike, you've got a photo of the Crack Man there, a signed photo of the Crack Man, Ron Cracchiola. So we got the Reverend of Roar. We got Mark the Pilgrim. We got the Macho Man. We got the Tub Gators. We got the Blue Crew. I mean, come on. The collection of fans.
How about the Hangman?
The Hangman. The collection of fans that the Detroit Lions have is perhaps the greatest in the National Football League. We love you, Mike. God bless.
Isn't that beautiful? God bless you. Hallelujah to you, my friends. And great show. I've been loving watching it, and thank you for having me on. And good.
Hey, Mike, while we have you, do you mind giving us a quick blessing here?
My boys, you're doing a great job for the service of the community of the Detroit sports. And I tell you this, from any day that you have any worries, know that you're doing it right. Because you're always going to bring home a victory tonight. You know what I mean? Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Thank you, Reverend.
That's my guy there, I'm telling you.
Reverend, thank you, sir.
That's my guy now, too.
We'll see you Sunday.
I'm going to be there Sunday, Park Bar, high noon, at the bar.
We'll see you there, baby.
We'll see you Sunday.
I don't know what shot I'm going to do yet, though.
Reverend of Roar.
Wow.
A lot of people high on this Detroit Lions team, to say the least, and a lot of people low on this Detroit Lions team. We will give you the stat of all betting stats.
The Lion stat.
The Lion stat.
That's it.
We'll do that next. This is Armani Edwards. Braylon out today. He'll join us in the 3 o'clock hour. He's out at a charity event. Terry Foster sitting in, the great T. Fost, in for Braylon today. We got a lot more coming up. Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Hey guys, how you doing? Let's be honest. We like simple stuff. Football 5 days a week. Would that be too much to ask? Hell no, it's not. We like things uncomplicated, and that is why we like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. All you got to do, walk in, sign in, sit down, and before you know it, you're handsome and clean. If I take my hat off, look at this dude. It's handsome and clean. All right. So get to Lady Jane's today or anytime. We're open 7 days a week, open from 10 to 8. Just walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome. So this is a beautiful statistic, Maz. Terry Foster in for Braylon today. The Detroit Lions, we can throw it up right now, Alex. Betting is a big part of the National Football League. Betting is a big part, Terry, of the sports landscape these days. You can't watch sports without knowing what the number is anymore, right?
Yep.
Of course not.
So Darren Ravel, now I think he's just all about gambling and numbers. That's all he does. Used to be an ESPN business reporter.
I think he does a great job on what all the stats he gives us. I know a lot of people kind of don't like him. I like him.
Well, Portnoy calls him Karen Ravel.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
I just like the number.
I missed it, Alex.
He puts the numbers up. That's what I care about.
So here you go. The most bet team on the NFL on their over-under win total is the Detroit Lions, over 5. The most bet under NFL team in the NFL is the Lions, under 5. Now, I've got a thought on this. Do you guys want me to go first, or do you want me to go last?
No, go ahead.
I can't wait. Go ahead.
Here is my thought as to why the Lions are the most bet-on team this year. It's because this is the first football season where betting is legal in Michigan. And you've got all of these crazy Lions fans, people that love them and people that hate them, betting on them legally for the first time. I think that is why they are so heavily bet this year. That's my take.
And just throw in the Jekyll and Hyde factor. Lions fans don't know which area to hit with them. You get people on the 11-6. What is it?
Yeah,
11-6 limo.
17 now,
and
right?
then you hear people say, "Oh, they're gonna go 0-17." Mm-hmm. So, Lion fans, they've been hurt, but a lot of them are optimistic, and they're just all over the place. So this is a Jekyll and Hyde fan base. So this doesn't surprise me, and I think you're right about the first year that you can bet on things, and now Lion fans get to show their true colors, and their true colors is we just don't know.
Yeah.
This is how it goes. This is not Michigan betting. This is Vegas betting.
For sure.
The young bettors that are out there see the Lions at 5, and they're like, they can win at least 6 games. They bet them. The smart bettors, or they're known as the whales are betting the under because they know they ain't going to win 5 games with that schedule. The winner here, as always, is Vegas because they're in the middle. All they're going to get is the VIG. So who wins these bets? Vegas, right in the middle. You got 1,000 people this way, 1,000 people this way. They got in the middle. No,
brother.
That's how it goes.
1,000,000 people this way, 1,000,000 people this way.
Millions.
Millions as in plural. That's
Just use the number.
But that again, it just kind of proves what Vegas's job is to put a number down where you'll have multiple bets on each side, right? A good number of bets on each side. They don't care whether the Lions are going to win or lose. They just want a lot of money going on each side because, as you say, Maz, that's how they win. Now you're getting a shot in that. If you were paying attention, you can't see this, but I am wearing shorts and I've got shawarma juice all up and down this leg here. If you're watching on YouTube and Twitter, there you go. TMI, but I don't know. I'm trying to hide my my shawarma juice.
It was worth it, though.
It was. It was worth it, guys. The NFL is back as well. The best games of the week. The Detroit Lions. You know, one of the things about the Lions, Terry, when you watch football, it's always like the Lions are playing the worst game of the weekend, aren't they?
Not this time.
Well, maybe. I don't know. You just don't know.
You're playing a great team in the 49ers, a team that's definitely on the rise.
Yeah, but teams play down to the Lions' expectations a lot, don't they?
This ain't the Jags and Texans, man. This is a pretty good game.
This is actually not the worst game of the week.
Not the worst game, but one of.
Dick Stockton's not there.
But why are the Lions always in the worst game of the week? Because half the team is the Lions. So they're bad, and it doesn't matter who they play. It's a bad game. And it's always 1 o'clock on Sunday, just about.
So, Adam, can you throw that back up? Or Alex, can you throw that back up? I apologize. I just want to get a look at it in real time here. So, you look at these games. I am most intrigued, and Braylon said this the other day. If you look at those two in the bottom left on CBS, the Chiefs and the Browns, and then that Mac Jones versus Tua Tagovailoa game, those two on CBS, I think I am more intrigued by than any other game on the schedule this week.
There's only one of those games I'm really intrigued about, and that's the Browns in Kansas City. Kansas City, we know or we feel they'll at least be in the Final Four next year. Now, we're trying to figure out Cleveland. Cleveland is a good team, but it's a team to me that's a little bit immature. It's a team that could flop and not make the playoffs. So now we're going to get a pretty good idea of what the Cleveland Browns are all about in week 1, which I think is great.
I like the Packers and Saints. I wish this game was in New Orleans or in Green Bay. Unfortunately, because of the Hurricane Ida, they had to move it. It's going to be in Jacksonville. I'm still looking forward to seeing this game. And I'm interested in seeing Trevor Lawrence play his first game. I think he's going to light the Texans up. I think he could throw for 350 yards and 3 or 4 touchdowns myself.
Terry, we mentioned yesterday how there's 32 teams in the National Football League. 15 of those teams have a different starting quarterback in week 1 than they did a year ago. I think that just signifies how teams are so desperate in trying to find that quarterback and one that is going to, last for you or try to do better than the year before. I don't think I've ever seen, I can't remember a time where I've seen this many quarterback carousel, spots in 1 year.
Yeah, there's a shorter leash now. And I think what teams are looking for is they're looking for a good quarterback at a reasonable price. When you look at the NFL, for the most part, if you have the high price $25, $26 million quarterback, you're not going to win a championship. And this signifies to me that teams are not just interested in winning ball games, which is cute. They want to put themselves in position to win a championship. So in order to do that, if your guy has been mediocre and now you got to pay him, it's better to get rid of him. Like I heard rumors that the Ravens were looking to get rid of Lamar Jackson, an MVP candidate. Why? Because he's not an MVP during the playoffs. So now you got to weigh, we're going to play pay Lamar Jackson all this money. He's going to be great for us in the playoffs, in the regular season. But what's he going to be in the playoffs? I'm surprised he didn't get dealt too.
Well, if you look at it, what is he? This is the final year of his rookie deal.
Right.
And you got a decision
So now
to
you
make.
gotta pay him.
You know, Dak Prescott makes $40 million a year or something ridiculous like that. Does Lamar Jackson command more money than Dak Prescott?
No way.
Well, I don't know. Tell Lamar Jackson's agent that.
Let's see him throw the ball this year.
Well, if you're the Baltimore Ravens, you've got to make that decision. Terry says, you know, could you trade him? Could you just let him go? You're not going to let him go for a bag of balls, but are you going to be willing to sign him to a $40 million a year contract? And that's your whole team.
Right. It's tough. The capologist has a big role on NFL teams now. Back in the day when I was a youngster, you developed your quarterback. He played for you 10, 15 years, and then you won championships when he became more mature. Now, it's if you don't find that magic in the first 4 or 5 years, you got to make a decision. It's not going to happen, and because now I got to give up a defensive tackle to keep this guy, or I got to give up an offensive line to keep this guy. So I think it's tougher now to win with these high-priced guys.
And not only that, but you mentioned the quick leash, Terry. The quick leash. I mean, it sounds like Miami was already willing to give up on Tua.
Right.
They were already after.
But they were going to get Deshaun Watson, man. That's what they were going to get. They weren't going to give him up for nothing. They were going to give him up for Deshaun Watson. That's different.
Okay.
And they still might.
But a Deshaun Watson who may never play a game, they're ready to give up Tua Tagovailoa for a guy that may never play another game in the National Football League?
If I could make that deal right now as the Miami Dolphins, I would.
Really?
Even though Deshaun Watson could be playing in the longest yard.
Yeah, I take my chances.
You know, I don't know. I mean, it's a crazy important position, but the most important position in sports, if you ask me, but nobody's asking.
Hands down. And the Ravens, man, they are beaten
to a
gosh. I mean, they have people that say running backs aren't important. I guess we're going to find out if Le'Veon Bell's got anything left, because both running backs, Dobbins and Edwards, are out for the year. They lost Marcus Peters on defense. They are the most banged-up team in the NFL.
So Gus Edwards goes down, J.K. Dobbins goes down. They signed Latavius Murray and Le'Veon Bell. One of those guys got to give them something, I would think.
The Saints just give up on Murray because they didn't want to pay him.
Problem is, Lamar Jackson is a 1,000-yard rusher in the NFL. So I mean,
not anymore. Not when they're just keying on him.
Well, they've been keying on him for an awful long time.
Well, if Le'Veon Bell is what he used to be, then Lamar Jackson is the 1,000-yard run. In fact, I was talking to one of my little fantasy friends, and they said that in their draft, the very last player taken was Le'Veon Bell.
Look at that.
So,
well, yeah, I mean, he's going to get some carries and probably going to get some carries down near the goal line.
I know, but he still was the last player taken.
Unbelievable. Hey, guys, we got a segment we like to call Man Chill Out. We're going to do that next. Armani and Edwards, Woodward Sports Network.
You know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 five-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Guys, it's Maz for our good friends Legacy Partners Insurance. Nobody wants to shop for insurance, so why not let a good local company that knows the local markets do it for you? Let Legacy Partners Insurance do it for you. They're an independent agent, so they shop for the best. They get the carriers to compete for your business. For personal insurance like your auto or home, they shop 7 to 10 carriers, and for your commercial accounts, they shop over 50. They've been doing it for over 100 years, so you could trust them. If you haven't had your insurance checked in a year, believe me, you're paying more than you did last year. It sneaks up on you. Let Legacy Partners do it for you. It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. 586-209-4106. Better yet, go online. LegacyPartnersINS.com/Woodward Sports. Fill out the information. Somebody from Team Maz will get in touch with you. Remember, Legacy Partners Insurance, tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
All All right, this is the time of the day, Terry, where we like to, call out some things, some people, things that we see that we're just kind of like, what? Chill out, man. Dude, chill out. Man, chill out. So we're going to do that right now. Maz, you got anything you want to say to the people out there?
You think it's funny?
Chill, Daddy.
Pack your bags, get the hell off. Now, do you understand what you did?
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
I feel like this is a very lackadaisical Friday feel to the show.
It certainly is. You look like Jim Harbaugh.
You like that,
you
huh,
do.
Maz? This is that Jordan Block M hat, that like thin Jim Harbaugh with the glasses.
You look like
he wears the glasses now.
You do.
He does wear the glasses
From this distance, where I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah.
You could pass for Jim Harbaugh right now.
I like to have Jim Harbaugh's bank account.
I know. Don't we all?
Okay, I'll go first. How about that?
All right.
Okay, so Cam Newton released by the New England Patriots. He had some things to say regarding his release by the New England Patriots. It caught him off guard, apparently. So he said that if Bill Belichick would have come up to him and say, Cam, Mac Jones beat you out. We'd like for you to be on the team. We'd like for you to support him in any role that you can support him in. Would you be okay with being the backup quarterback on this team? He says he would have said yes, but he was never given that option because he says Mac Jones would have been uncomfortable by that. Cam Newton has been around this game for an awful long time. Cam Newton should be in the NFL, and Cam Newton is probably one of the best quarterbacks. He's certainly a top 32 quarterback in the league. I think you can probably better than Andy Dalton. Let's put it like that, right? Would you rather have Andy Dalton or Cam Newton be your starting quarterback?
That's close.
Let me think about
That's
that.
closer than you think.
Right. Well,
Okay.
I don't. I don't think it's so. I do think Cam Newton has some
gas in the gas tank.
He's got some gas in the gas tank. I do not like, however, him throwing Mac Jones under the bus here. I don't like that right now because A, we don't know if that's true or not, and B, why set the kid up for some negative publicity? Why set the kid up for, I don't want to say set the kid up for failure, but if you don't know if that's true or not, maybe he believes it's true. I don't know if it's true. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I just like to keep things behind closed doors, especially the New England Patriots. They like to keep things like that behind closed doors. I don't like the fact that he called out Mac Jones. So for that reason, Cam Newton, man, chill out.
Dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
But maybe it's true.
Maybe it is, but one of the things about the New England Patriots is they usually keep stuff like that.
Is Cam Newton with the New England Patriots now?
No, but
okay.
maybe that's
right.
another reason why.
Okay.
Maybe
Mac Jones made it clear to Cam Newton that he didn't want him on the team if he wasn't going to be the starter. Maybe he does feel uncomfortable.
Maybe, I don't know.
You should do
a lot of maybes.
Maybe you should do a chill out man to Mac Jones. I don't know.
Could be. I don't know if Mac Jones has that kind of power, though, does he?
He's the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. Cam Newton is not.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine Justin Fields saying to Matt Nagy, you know what, Coach, I don't want Dalton on this team. I don't want Andy Dalton on this team. I don't want him anywhere near this team. It just makes me nervous.
Well, he wouldn't say that because he doesn't feel threatened by him.
Right.
That's why.
That's true. I can't believe Andy Dalton is a starting quarterback in the league, by the way.
They promised him. That's why he signed with the Bears. That's the only reason I could see that he's over Justin Fields. That kid's going to be all right. No
he's probably saying,
it.
come here and start for a year or two, and then
exactly.
we'll pay you and just ride off into the sunset.
Because he could have signed with somebody else as a solid backup, but he wanted to start, and the Bears, Nagy said, hey, we'll start you.
Maz, what do you got for a man chill out?
I got an easy-going one on a Friday. Our main man, Alex Mayer, as everybody knows by now, is a Michigan State graduate. Just a few months ago, this kid graduates, and here he is at Woodward Sports. Technical director extraordinaire here for the Bottom Line. Does a great job. And he is a credentialed media person right now. He is going to cover the Michigan State Spartans, his alma mater. He gets to go to the game tomorrow.
Don't wear that to the game tomorrow, though.
You can't wear Michigan State stuff when you go.
Wasn't planning on.
I told him.
Right.
I've been coaching him up.
Coaching him up?
Yeah, he sits down every day with me, and today he's out of his mind. He's like,
no, I'm not.
He's showing me the rules that you get when you get a credential. You get a piece of paper like this, and it has all the rules on it. You can't cheer. You can't do this. You can't go on the field. You got to do X, Y, Z. He's like, am I allowed to bring a camera? I'm like, what do you want to bring a camera for? He's like, well, in case I want to take pictures. I'm like, you're not a photographer anymore. You're a credentialed media guy. You're going to go to the game, and you're going to follow what everyone else does. You're going to sit next to somebody. You're going to introduce yourself. You're going to make friends. You're going to say, oh, man, look, I can't believe I'm sitting next to Terry Foster. Terry Foster, man, this is my first game doing this. I really love reading you. So I'm trying to teach him how to do these things.
That's the way to do it. Somebody taught you how to do it.
Exactly.
You teach other people how to do it.
Exactly. So I'm doing that, but he's just so nervous. So I'm like, okay, why don't you call up the media relations department and ask them the do's and don'ts. Can you go on the field? Can you bring a camera? So he does. He comes back. He tells me, I can't bring a camera. They just said, I can take pictures off their website, la-di-da, wah. And because of COVID, I can't go on the field. I'm like, okay. But you know what? After the game, just follow the media to the media room, and you'll get sound that way. Then he's like, well, how do I get sound? I'm like, you know what? I haven't done that in so long. We used to plug into a box called the Moat Box. Now we all have our cell phones. I'm sure people are just putting them up on the dais and
I don't know how they do it.
I don't know how they do it anymore. So I just been trying to explain everything to him. So he's just a nervous wreck about going tomorrow. And then he's like, I'm working 6-7 days a week. I'm doing this. I'm like, but tomorrow's not work. You're going to a Michigan State game as a media member. Be excited.
Can I say something?
You can.
I'm excited, he says.
You have the ability to respond as long or as hefty as you need.
I am not a nervous wreck, okay? I am just trying to do the due diligence to where when I go there, I don't look out of place. Like you said, Maz, it's important that I look like I belong there. And why not come to you with all my questions? You've been doing this as long as I've been alive.
Alex, why are you giving this kid all this kind of grief, man?
Let me help the young man.
I'm breaking his chops.
Be professional. That's all you have to do is be professional. And, when they say no cheering in the press box, you also can't go, ooh, if a call goes against Michigan State, okay? You can't go, oh, my God, did they really call that? No, you just keep your mouth shut and be professional.
So can I give you some advice? One of the first times I covered the Michigan Wolverines, walking down that tunnel.
Were you lathering up?
Oh, man. One of the first times I covered the Michigan Wolverines, I was so nervous, and I was like, and my whole thing was, don't cheer. Don't cheer. You have to be dead inside. Be dead inside. And that's the way to not cheer in the press box.
Ryan,
and then you get used to it.
Ryan, I asked Maz this, but when you were during your time in the press box, did anyone else around you cheer and any horror stories like that?
Yes, and it's terrible. Terry, you can attest to this. When there's a media member in the press box that cheers, and then there has to be, because there's an announcer in the press box as well that only the press box can hear. And when that person gets on the mic and says, just a reminder to the credentialed media, there is no cheering in the press box. When that has to be said,
that's bad.
Everybody looks at the people that are cheering, and you are like one of the.
And we cut holes right through you. Now I remember I was at Indiana University. Michigan played Indiana and lost to them. And at the end of the game, there was loud cheering in the press box. I mean, the media went nuts. It was the Indiana media. And the guy gets on and says, just a reminder, there is no cheering in the press box. And I said, and this is unprofessional, can you boo? And everybody cracked up.
Hey, got some good stuff here from YouTube for you, Alex. Let me read some. Nick Hedges says, don't wear your Sparty thong.
Okay.
Jenna Newman says, are you going to wear your man bun? Mikey G said, "Look out, be professional, Malex." And he says, "Don't wear that Izzone shirt into the media booth." Plenty more stuff if you want to really get hooked up here and learn how to act in the press box. Hey, Alex, chill out.
You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do for you, Alex? I'm going to call my guy, Rico Beard. I'm going to call him up after the show today.
I know Rico.
And I'm going to say, hey, I got my guy coming tomorrow. Will you keep an eye out for him? And then you're going to go introduce yourself to Rico. And you're going to say, hey, I work with your good buddy, Ryan Armani. And I just want to introduce myself. He told me you'd show him the ropes.
Be careful with that because Rico's a cheerer.
Well, Rico is the mayor of East Lansing. Now, I was working with Rico one time, and Tom Izzo came up to him to say hi.
Of course.
So I was like,
I think they actually take direction from him. He calls plays, I think.
Shout out to Rico. We love you. All right.
Speaking of Rico, in the Izzone during basketball games, whenever we like see him like walk up and down the aisle or something, we'd always just yell his name for Rico. Rico!
Oh man, I'm sure he loves that too. Oh, he's lathering.
Oh, is he lathering?
Oh man,
he's drowning.
We love it. We love it. All right.
I love slappies, man.
Have some fun tomorrow, Alex.
Thank you, guys.
Do you have it?
I do.
Okay. Let's hear it.
This is the longest man chill out ever.
It's a great segment.
I watch this show sometimes. If Braylon Edwards says something intelligent or he says something great, here's this guy over here. Oh, Braylon, you're wonderful. Braylon, you're the smartest man here at Woodward Sports. Braylon, no one is more prepared than Braylon Edwards.
Nobody is more prepared to do a show than Braylon Edwards.
Brothers, you can say that, but you can't be bouncing up and down in your chair while you're saying it. Be professional.
I get so excited about my guy.
I understand that. And you know you're excited. The only reason you love him is because of the Michigan State game, the Braylon Edwards game.
Man,
that's why you
right
love
there.
him.
3 touchdowns.
If Braylon was some dude off the street, you wouldn't give him the time of
wouldn't
day.
care.
Oh, Braylon, you're so wonderful.
He's the best. I love my guy.
Speaking of Braylon, he's trying to get a place that has good reception so he could dial us in.
Terry, are you about to tell me to chill out on my love of...
chill out with that man love stuff, man. Don't bring that in here. Here's my advice for both of you. Be professional.
Oh, man.
Hey, my first time going to a game as a media member, I was at WJR, and Paul Chapman took me to my first Pistons game. They were playing the Nets.
Ooh,
preseason game, okay? I'm sitting next to him. We're on the media row, and I start cheering for the Nets. Like, I clapped.
Oh, my God.
I think, like, Derek Coleman, I think, had a jam. I'm like, yeah! And then Paul Chapman just tapped me. You're not a fan anymore, Maz. You can't do it. Embarrassed the hell out of me. But that's how he taught. That's how I learned. I learned in a preseason Piston game that cheering is no longer permitted.
That's the place to do it,
You shouldn't even cheer during a preseason game of any kind.
Right.
I don't care who you are.
That's the closest I ever got to a basketball court. I'm usually sitting in the rafters. Now I'm a media member. I'm sitting on the court. You know how excited I was? I still get lathered up thinking about that.
Phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
Hey,
Lather up.
Speaking of basketball courts, guys, we got a couple of guys going into the Hall of Fame, and we have a discrepancy once again in regards to the Hall of Famer Chris Webber. Don't you say, huh?
Fab Five.
We'll do that next. Plus, we'll try to. Braylon's got some reception issues. We'll try to track him down. We'll do that. All coming up next. Terry Foster. Even though he told me to chill out. It's all good. We still love him. Woodward Sports Network.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac.
And Centerline is now open. Come experience the next level in cannabis on Sherwood between 9 and 10 Mile. Don't forget, download their app today. Start collecting points so you can level up. Search Enjoy Levels on the Apple or Google Play stores, and make sure when you stop by Levels today, you tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Maz, you're so funny, dude. Did you not hear what I said?
No.
I said, Maz, why don't you just take it and share with the people what we're doing with these tickets?
We're giving away.
Did you not hear me?
I didn't hear you. I'm
What's
sorry.
wrong with you?
I got issues.
What kind of issues you got?
I don't know.
You want to know what he hears?
Is he hearing me?
No, sometimes the commercials are loud, so all he hears is.
Oh, you don't hear me, do you?
Plus, he's stressed out a little bit. Yeah. So cut him some slack.
That certainly doesn't help.
You don't hear me in your ears.
Yeah, I do. I hear you.
Do I need you to talk louder?
No. You're perfect. You're perfect. Anyway, we've been trying to give away our Lion tickets. We've got front row tickets to Sunday's Lions game. And we asked everybody to give us and send us in your best man chill out. And the best man chill out happened to be from where, Ryan?
Colorado.
And our main man?
Clay.
Clay from Colorado. But guess what? Clay can't go. He's in Colorado. So here's what we're going to do. Tell everyone where we're going to be on Sunday, Ryan.
We, my friends, are going to be at the Tin Roof on Sunday. We have a combined pregame show, Woodward Sports and Riff. We're going to be there from 11 to 1. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Tin Roof, which is the old Chelly's downtown. We are going to have a major league pre-game show bash. Big party. Big. Believe me when I say it. So, Maz, what are we going to do with those tickets?
We are going to give those tickets away to somebody that comes down to the Tin Roof, hangs out with us, and then we're going to decide on Sunday how to upgrade your tickets, or even better yet, give you 2 free front row tickets to the Lions and 49ers game. But you got to be with us on our Lions pregame show, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We'll probably give it away at high noon. So make sure you're there at the Tin Roof on Sunday. My man Ryan Ermani, Braylon Edwards, and many more. Casts of thousands will be there. Maybe Terry Foster.
You coming down, Terry, or are you going to be downtown?
I'm going to be downtown. Yeah. I may go see the Reverend's
the Reverend at the park.
But you can drop by and see us
I can drop
first.
by the Tin Roof. I like the Tin Roof.
Come and say hi to us, and then after that, we'll see. You're going to go. Somebody's going to get those tickets from us on Sunday at the Tin Roof.
Guys, I want to transition this conversation to some basketball talk now, if we could. And before I get into the Chris Webber thing, Terry, just, as a guy who covered Ben Wallace for his entire career, essentially, for the Detroit Pistons, your thoughts as he embarks on just an incredible statement cap, however you want to call it, to a career, being in the Hall of Fame?
I think this is a statement of the hard-working, no-name man making it. Because that's what Ben Wallace was. When the Pistons did the sign and trade with Grant Hill, he wasn't originally a part of that. He was an afterthought. The Pistons didn't even want him.
Chucky Atkins was the guy that they wanted, right?
Chucky Cheese Atkins with his little short self. But Ben Wallace, Virginia Union University, wasn't drafted, and just a guy that by NBA standards couldn't play. And what I mean by couldn't play, couldn't score, didn't have a drop-dead offensive move, but he could defend. He did everything that nobody wanted to do. Nobody wanted to defend. Nobody wanted to rebound. No one wanted to do the grunt work, but that was Ben Wallace. So, and he became a leader of a championship team. This is almost out of like a Hallmark movie where they don't kiss at the end. Mm-hmm. Here's a guy, an afterthought, undrafted, has no offensive skills. I mean none, but becomes a leader of a team and gets into the Hall of Fame. That's a Hallmark movie.
Yeah, really happy about Ben Wallace. And if you look at that team, 6 straight Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, all 250-plus consecutive sellouts at the Palace of Auburn Hills, which, it's hard to get half the place full when they're downtown. I mean, can you imagine all those years and all those sellouts? I mean, this really was a Pistons town for the better part of a decade.
Yeah, it was. And but I'll say one thing. All of those games weren't sold out. They said they were. But I'm just saying.
Fair enough. But they were very full.
You think there's 115,000 at the Big House every week? No, but they said, like last week when I was there was probably 90,000. They said there was 113 or something like that. 109. There was probably 90,000 there. But that's what they do. They're sold tickets, though. They're sold tickets.
Well,
you don't have to show up, but you got the tickets. I had a pair of tickets I couldn't give away on the street. Nobody wanted them. A scalper offered me $5 for them. He was going to turn them into $10. I'm like, I'll just eat them. I kept them. I couldn't even give them away.
You know what you can do on a.
I told the guy, no, I'm going to eat them.
You know what you can do.
And I walked in.
You know what you can do on a Thursday or Friday night? There's a Kroger in Canton. You can pick up some Michigan football tickets there for like a couple bucks.
Really?
If they're not free, right? Because it's not as popular as it used to be.
Not this week's game.
No, but for some games you could have last week.
Well, last week it's Western Michigan on Labor Day weekend. This time it's Washington in prime time. May's out.
May's out, baby.
I mean, you can make money on your tickets this week.
May's out.
Okay, but
perfect weather.
Noon in November against Northwestern. You can go to that Kroger and get yourself some free tickets.
What do you got, Fish?
Maz, you realize the definition of attendance means attending the game.
I know, but that's
Fish.
That's the definition.
Bombs.
That's the definition, but it doesn't mean anything.
Dropping bombs.
I think
all they care about is they sold the tickets. That's all they care about.
It's like in class. If you meant to go to class and didn't go, you're counted as a no-show in the attendance.
Let me get to this Chris Webber situation. He says that Ward Manuel apologized to him. Ward Manuel has responded to that response from Chris Webber. We'll have that for you coming up next. This is Armani and Edwards, Woodward Sports Network. Don't worry about it, Alex. It's my fault. It's Friday. We'll be right back.
Okay, you thirsty little spin goblins. I want you to pedal into the next dimension. Spin it! Spin! Spin! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame. Spin! Spin! Spin till you bleed!
Don't ride the bike of shame. Come to Planet Fitness and find your own lane with tons of equipment, free fitness training, and no hissing. Join today for just $10 a month.
Now, I always enjoy listening to these slugs talk about Papa Romano's. And all they can talk about is pizza, 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 pizza. Well, guess what? We don't get pizza at Papa Romano's. Not the Foster family. We get chicken and pasta. Now, Papa Romano's, this is a tradition here. If your relative dies or something, you're having the people over, we go to Papa Romano's and get you chicken, pasta, salad. It doesn't have to be pizza, pizza, pizza. Although the pizza is good, you can get other things at Papa Romano's. Just trying to educate you young folks around here.
I want some Papa Romano's chicken.
It's good, and it's not fried.
Look at that.
All you can do is go to paparomanos.com and get on it.
Ooh.
Always pizza. Pizza.
Ooh-wee. All right, guys. So this was a big story earlier in the week where Chris Webber, who's writing a book, who's doing all these things, going into the Basketball Hall of Fame tomorrow, he says that Ward Manuel and him had a conversation. Ward Manuel, of course, the athletic director at the University of Michigan, and Webber said that Manuel said that he'd like to apologize to Chris Webber, his 18-year-old self, because they didn't protect him. Whatever that means, I don't know. But Ward Manuel has come out. Alex, put it up if you would. Ward Manuel has come out and said, this is courtesy of Angelique Shingelis on Twitter. Here is Michigan Athletic Director Ward Manuel denying that apology. He says, quote, I enjoyed the conversation with Chris when we met several years ago, but I can assure you I made no apology to Chris, and for those who may be curious, I never asked him to apologize to the University of Michigan, end quote. So, Terry, here we have a situation in which Chris Webber says something, that is either inaccurate, untrue, or at the very least not substantiated by the athletic director.
He could have misinterpreted,
or could have misinterpreted.
The thing that I found curious always with Chris Webber is his stories are not the way things actually happen. For instance, if you listen to Chris Webber, he grew up in poverty in the slums of Detroit. That's not true. If you believe Chris Webber, he didn't have enough money to buy pizza on the weekend, which was also not true. He had money, but Chris Webber always tries to paint himself as more destitute, paint himself as someone who's more hard-scrabbled, paint himself as someone, I didn't do anything wrong. They're going to come here and apologize to me. So when Chris Webber said that, if I was Ward Manuel, I would have called up every writer that night and said it's not true.
I am surprised that Ward Manuel took this long to respond to that. I mean, this has been a 48-hour story, right?
Yeah, but you don't want to get into a you don't want to get into a pissing match with Chris Webber.
I was looking for another word.
You just kind of hope the story dies.
Whizzing.
I was looking for another word for it because I knew that's where he wanted to go with it. But yeah, look, I don't know why the saga has to continue for 30 years. And the one person that is the constant in this story is Chris Webber. And I almost feel like he's just the biggest baby in the world. Get over it, dude. And if you don't want to get over it, that's okay. But quit begging people to accept responsibility for something that you've done.
He did, but the university did it also. Because, if we're talking about Ed Martin was a part of Michigan basketball before Chris Webber even got there.
But Terry, who at the University of Michigan, who is currently affiliated there and pretty much 3 and 4 times removed now, is still there, that had any sort of interaction with Ed Martin or anything to do with that situation? I mean, this isn't like once removed either. This is 3 and 4, what do you call it? Organization layers removed. I mean, come on, Chris.
Well, unfortunately, the university is the university. The university isn't about people. It's not about regimes. It's about the total program. For instance, how many times do universities are they put on probation, and the people who have to suffer never played there, weren't there playing when it happened, weren't coaching there, were not an administrator, but I still got to take the fall. So this is what's happened with Chris Webber because he keeps dredging things up. He should have just kept his mouth shut.
So what about this now moving forward? There is thought, and I guess there's no reason to believe that it's not true, that all 5 members of the Fab Five will be reunited at the Basketball Hall of Fame. Do we still believe that to be true?
I'll tell you why I don't believe it. Because I've reached out to 2 of the Fab Five to come on the show, and I've gotten dead air on both. And these are guys that write me back and call me back when I call them and I ask them.
All of a sudden they're busy.
All of a sudden they're busy. And you don't hear Jalen Rose or Juwan Howard saying, "Oh yeah, can't wait to be at the Hall of Fame." Have you seen any of them talk about Chris Webber?
Juwan has tried. I know they all have tried.
No, I mean, have you seen anything saying, "We can't wait to see you on Saturday night for the Hall of Fame speech"? I haven't seen anything.
That was going to be my next point. Right? I mean, Chris Webber, or whenever this story came out, that all 5 members of the Fab Five were going to be at the Basketball Hall of Fame for this induction ceremony. I haven't seen anybody kind of come out and say, yeah, we're going to be there. And look, we all love Jimmy King, right? Jimmy King is
my guy.
We love Jimmy King. Jimmy King has never gone dark on us.
Nope. He told me, I'm busy, I'm working. And I'm like, I want you for 5-10 minutes. I didn't hear from him. I'm like, Terry, hit him. What's he tell Terry?
I'm working.
I'm working.
And when Jimmy works, Jimmy takes a tea break every 10 minutes. I mean, come on now.
But I mean, I don't think that has been determined yet between the 4 of them, if they're going to be there or not. And probably Jimmy or Ray, don't want to come on and say that something is definitive because no plans are definitive yet. Maybe they'll show up, but I bet you that they reserve the right not to go as well. And now with Ward Manuel coming out and saying, no, I did not apologize. Pretty strong statement from Ward Manuel as well.
You think Jawan's going to step on that? He's not stepping on that.
Where does the relationship between Chris Webber and Michigan go at this point when they kind of make him look bad again?
Well, my understanding before this is that there was going to be a reunion, not at the Hall of Fame, but at one of the games next year. They've got that all planned. I don't know which game it is, but I think maybe one of the fears, if you say, I'm going to honor my brother Chris Webber, that if you go there, Chris Webber might shun you.
Yes.
Make you look bad.
Yes.
So I think
like
they're
he did
fearful,
in the 2013 National Championship game when
so
the four were sitting together and he wasn't.
up and fearful of saying they're showing up.
He was in a suite.
Yeah.
He was in a TBS suite.
Why does this still matter, Terry? Why do we, as sports fans in Detroit, Michigan athletics fans, why do we care so much about this reunion 30 years later? Because I try to look inward myself as a lifelong Michigan fan who loves Michigan, who loved the Fab Five, who wore the black socks and the baggy shorts as a little white dude and growing up in East Detroit and Grosse Pointe, because they did it. Why do I still care that this group gets back together?
Because I don't know if the proper word is the most important, but this is the most significant era of college basketball we've ever had. This was more, it was more important than when Michigan State won their championship in 2000. It's more important than Ramil Robinson making the game-winning free throws. This was a era of basketball. Not only changed what happened on the court, but off the court. Got you wearing black socks. We still wear black socks today. Never wore black socks until they did. So they changed things.
Go ahead.
Culturally.
Still got black socks on.
Culturally, spiritually. They changed your wardrobe.
Sorry, Terry.
And when I talk to those guys, the one thing they say, I remember I asked Jimmy King, would you rather have played with this team?
I think I just pulled a groin, by the way.
Or been with North Carolina and have a championship ring? And he said, I'd rather play with these guys. He says, people don't remember the North Carolina won the national championship that year, except in Michigan, because they know they beat us. But they know the Fab Five. They know us. Kobe Bryant, told Jimmy King he was one of his favorite players when he was a rookie going into the league. This is Kobe Bryant. He respected what he did at Michigan. He respected the way he played, but he also respected the culture that they created in Michigan. And the Maze Rage, which was up in the rafters, the students were up in the rafters, they were brought down to add atmosphere to Chrysler, and that was at the suggestion not of the athletic directors, not of Bo. It was the Fab Five who told them, let's do that.
At some point, it becomes a you problem, though. If you're Chris Webber, it's not them, it's you, or whatever that saying is. Like, what's the common denominator in all of this back and forth? It's Chris Webber.
I haven't even heard from Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose is the straw that stirs the drink of the Fab Five, as far as I'm concerned. He's the most highly out there. He's on ESPN. He's got his own show. People love him. He's the go-to guy now.
I've not heard him comment this week either.
I haven't heard a single word out of his mouth yet.
And he was the one, and Chris Webber did not know he was going to be the one to tell him that he was in the Hall of Fame.
That was
touching
that.
The first time that they talked, and for whatever reason, Jalen Rose is trying to keep this relationship alive when it's Jalen Rose who really should be the one to be like, no, dude, you screwed me, not the other way around.
True, but they went through so much together in inner city Detroit, and I think Jalen Rose looks at it as we were both, playing in Detroit. Nobody knew who we were, and we kind of came up the rough way together. And when you do that, you create a bond that should last the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Obviously, it has with Jalen Rose. It may not have been with Chris Webber.
I want to get into some college football if I can next, Terry. Michigan and Michigan State both with games tomorrow. It appears, obviously, that Michigan's game against Washington a little bit more challenging than what the Spartans are faced with, but the Spartans are home nonetheless. We'll talk about both those games, and if you think that Michigan's got an automatic W, I'll tell you why you're wrong. Coming up next, this is Armani and Edwards. Braylon out today at a charity event, charity golf event, the Firekeepers Annual, the medalist in Marshall. So T-Foss kind enough to sit in for him. We'll do a lot next. This is Armani and Edwards, Woodward Sports Network.
Opa! Introducing Papa Romano's new Greek pizza, a tasty blend of bold Greek flavors and Mediterranean toppings, including feta cheese and Greek dressing. Get a large Greek pizza for a limited time for $16.99. Order now at paparomanos.com.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Michigan State play tomorrow, not each other, but they're both on the field. What a weekend this is going to be for football fans in the state of Michigan. Obviously, high school football tonight. And by the way, let me make mention of high school football tonight because we here on Woodward Sports have the Friday night clash. It was to be Walled Lake Western versus White Lake Lakeland, but that game has been canceled due to COVID. So we have the Week 3 Harper Woods at St. Mary's game of the week, the Prep Friday night clash. You could watch it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Woodward Sports tonight at 9 o'clock. We're going to highlight the high schools and the student sections, so look for that tonight. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, Woodward Sports.
Our buddy Chad Bush on the call. Stick on the color analyst. And on the sidelines, Joey.
Yeah, baby.
Joey from Woodward Sports.
Joey the hype man.
So you've got high school football all over the state tonight. Mm-hmm. You've got 80,000 at Spartan Stadium tomorrow at noon. You've got 110,000 tomorrow in Ann Arbor on Saturday night.
Don't forget the Tigers.
Then you've got the Tigers, 8,000 at the Tigers game.
Or maybe 18,000. Let's give them a little love.
At the Tigers game on Sunday. And then the Lions, 70,000, 65, 70,000 inside the stadium. God knows how many outside the stadium. You've got about 250,000 people attended football games this weekend here in our state, in our area.
Pretty good sports
Remarkable.
town.
That's a great weekend.
It's a pretty good football town.
No doubt about it. Michigan State at home to Youngstown State, the Sweater Vest.
The Penguins.
The Penguins. So they play at noon. Obviously, look, the Spartans look really good against Northwestern. I don't know how good Northwestern is, but you can only play who's in front of you. Kenneth Walker looked like an absolute beast.
He's Skywalker now.
Right, and the quarterback didn't have to do much for Michigan State, but he didn't have to. Same like Michigan. The quarterback didn't have to do much. They both did it on the ground. We'll see what the Spartans can do tomorrow. You just take care of business against the teams in front of you.
Right, and if you are a younger quarterback, you don't want them to do too much. That's why you have the running games, particularly in college football. It doesn't work as much as the NFL, but, you know, in college, if I have a first-year quarterback, I wouldn't mind if he only passed 10, 15 times a game. Yeah. I'm not interested in the aerial attack then.
Terry, what do you think of Mel Tucker and how he's got this team ready? You know, he slapped into that job last year, last minute. Mark D'Antonio kind of left them with their pants around their ankles. Here comes Mel Tucker from Colorado after he just gave that big speech to Colorado. Hey, I'm a Buffalo for life until Michigan State called, and now he's a Spartan for life. But I like what he brings. This guy he reminds me of a Dan Campbell type of football coach.
He does, without the silliness. But Mel Tucker has created an atmosphere. Mel Tucker has taught guys from North Carolina, Florida, other states, and I'm talking about guys who've already committed to other universities to come to Michigan State University. Why is that? He's telling these guys something. But when I look at him, I think he is a guy that you can call him a player's coach, but he looks like he's tough too. So he's bringing in a combination of toughness and I'm with you as a coach. I love you as a coach, but I'm still going to be on your butt now. And I think whatever he's selling, players are really buying it. And I'm talking about from all over the country. So there's something special about Mel Tucker. since he's able to do that.
Before the season started, I think many looked at the Michigan Wolverines schedule and pointed to this week as a measuring stick game at home against a pretty good team, a ranked team, number 20, Washington, coming into the big house before the season started. And all of a sudden last week they lose to FCS Montana, the Grizzlies, 13-7, and you're just thinking, well, Washington's not that good. That's a cakewalk win for Michigan, and I can guarantee you it's going to be anything but. Mike McDonald, Michigan defensive coordinator, said, put the shoe on the other foot. If you would have lost to an FCS team in week 1 and you had to go out to Washington next week for week 2, would you guys practice your tails off and be ready for that one? You bet you would.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to get the best effort out of the Huskies this week, tomorrow night.
Let's face it, Washington overlooked Montana. They pointed to this primetime game on national TV against Michigan. They fell asleep. They got caught. That's it.
Okay, you overlooked Montana, so you're supposed to beat them by 2 touchdowns rather than 4. Yes, they're going to practice hard. Yes, they're going to, they got Michigan circled. But when you lose to Montana, it's also a reflection that your team is not that good.
Perhaps, but what is Michigan still? And I think that's a question that many of us feel so beaten down by over the last 15 years as well. I mean, you've got a couple of good years in the midst there, but other than that, Michigan has not taken care of business in many of these games over the last decade and a half, and we take nothing for granted anymore. At least I don't. And with the Ronnie Bell injury, I really don't know who is going to catch the ball for this team. I mean, I know the names, but I have not seen one guy not named Ronnie Bell actually do it in a game. On 3rd and 8, who's going to get open? On 4th and 2, who's going to come up with the big catch? Who is going to move the chains on this football team? They say, whoever they are, and the Michigan coaching staff is saying it, but so are the so-called experts and slappies, that the wide receiver unit is one of the most deep units on Michigan's football team. But I don't know that to be true because I've not seen any of these players do it in a game. Ronnie Bell made one of the sickest catches I've ever seen in my life that didn't count. But that guy just makes plays for you and has to be accounted for on the field. That changes the way defenses play against you, line up against you, defend you. And I just don't know if they have that player on the field right now.
Do you trust the Michigan coaches to tell you the truth as far as the wide receivers are concerned?
I don't know, because I think they're high on a lot of guys. I mean, they are high. They got a lot of 4-star guys, in there, and I don't know. I think the expectation is that these guys are very talented. But again, talent only goes so far. You've got to get out there and execute, to me. We've seen all the 5-star guys and all the 4-star guys that have the talent that come on the field and can't get it done. Now, are any of these guys those guys? I don't know.
Someone will emerge as a guy that you're going to be talking about on Monday saying, boy, I didn't know about this guy. Boy, he's really good. And I think the reason that's going to happen is all the fuddy-duddy coaches at Michigan are gone. They've brought in guys who are young, enthusiastic, and maybe can get underneath guys you haven't heard of and make them better players. It's your time to shine. And in football, we always hear next guy up.
Yep.
Maybe the old crotchety coaches couldn't scratch these guys to get them motivated to play football at a high level. And maybe the young guys can.
Braylon talks about it a lot, Terry, and it's rubbed off on me. 6 of the 10 assistant coaches on Michigan's coaching staff are new guys. They are young guys. They're hungry guys. They come in with an attitude. They come in with some grit. And they come in with an ability to light a fire and to reach these players in their minds. And we're going to see what this Michigan team is made of tomorrow night. I'm really looking forward to this one against Washington.
Do you like Cade or JJ?
Look.
Hey, I'm just throwing it out there.
I know.
You know what people want to see already.
JJ.
They want to see the kid.
JJ made the throw, right, that Michigan quarterbacks don't make. Running to the right, throwing all the way back to the left, and connecting on a long touchdown pass.
You know what they tell you at Michigan? don't make that pass.
You're right.
The old coaches would say, never do that. And he's like, oh, okay, shoot.
And Harbaugh said he's not going to outcoach that.
Yep.
Harbaugh did say, I'm not going to say no to that playmaking ability from J.J. McCarthy. Look, I don't think it's fair to assess Cade McNamara.
No, of course
I
not.
don't think it's fair because
he threw 11 passes.
He threw 11 passes, and he didn't have to do too much.
No.
He made a couple of strikes that he made on third down that I liked, moved the chains. Now we'll see what happens in a game where it matters, right? I mean, I don't know. I can J.J. McCarthy looks like he's the quarterback of the future to me right now. But Cade McNamara is a guy that's not done anything.
Let me ask you this then. We talk about pro football. The future quarterback sitting there, Justin Fields. And you're starting Andy Dalton.
I know it.
We talk on the Lions.
I know what you're doing, Maz.
We know the Lions aren't going to win a playoff this year.
Don't do it to me.
The Lions aren't going to win this year. Michigan's not going to win this year. Do you want like another 8-win team? Or do you want to see what you could possibly have for the next 2 years? Put the kid in and let him grow now.
Don't do this to me,
I'm telling
Maz.
you, that's what they should do. I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying.
Why are you wasting a year?
I know what you're saying. And I just don't think that Cade McNamara has been given the opportunity yet to take himself off the field.
Well, Tom Brady really was never given that opportunity at Michigan, just to here and there. They pulled him in and out. So if Cade McNamara is that type of player, he'll re-show himself.
Let's see it.
Yeah, but the Tom Brady thing is a little bit different because they made promises to Drew Henson.
Right.
Drew Henson was the big gun, not Tom Brady.
Right.
And so they made promises to him, and so that's why we had that back and forth thing with Brady and Henson, and so different circumstances.
Hey, you want to go to an NFL game this weekend? We've got the most expensive ticket, the least expensive ticket around the league. This is actually pretty funny, and you just got to see it. Stay right there. This is Armani and Edwards. Braylon out today at a charity event. T-Foss in for him. Woodward Sports Network.
Would you like to win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time?
Then watch as we turn this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
Watch the Call Sam Chopper Shop on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Hey, everybody, you know you want to beat your sports book. Of course you do. You want to win some money. So download BetQL right now. That's the only app you'll need to make smart bets. BetQL is best bets computer model, scans 350,000 unique bets per year to give you the best recommendation for every game, and they tell you why to do it. Head to the App Store or Google Play Store right now. Download BetQL to get started. Better yet, when you check out, enter WSN for 25% off any of their subscription offerings. BetQL. Get there right now.
Maz liked this one, and so did I. This is the most expensive game to go to this week and the least expensive game to go to this week. And for some reason, those people in Jacksonville just hate NFL football.
It's disgusting, but it wasn't in Jacksonville. It's in Houston.
I'd hate football, too, if I was in Houston now.
Because in Jacksonville, you have the Saints and Packers. I don't know what that ticket cost
the Saints
is.
now wanted to play that game in Jacksonville because they knew nobody would go to the game.
Exactly. They tried to block the Packer fans from going to Jacksonville because it's the most expensive ticket from Green Bay
to Jacksonville
to a Florida city. If you go to Miami, it's cheaper. If you go to Tampa, it's cheaper. All right, let's go to Jacksonville. No one goes there. At least we'll have some sort of home field advantage. But that's that game.
So there is going to be a football game in Jacksonville
There is.
this weekend. It's just not going to be the Jags.
It's not.
But the Houston Texans, can you throw it up there, Alex, for me? $18. $18 to go see an NFL football game. 49ers Lions, $41. Football team, which is Just my favorite nickname of all time.
Stupid name.
No, man, that's the greatest
That's
name
like a
ever.
number- that's
I
like
hope
Leonard-
they never change
That's
it.
like Leonard Fournette
I
wearing
hope
number
they never
7
change it.
as a running back. Who the hell wears number 7 as a running back?
College players. That's his old college number.
Care? Wear a real man's number.
So you want to go see the game, Ravens and Raiders? Las Vegas is just charging a number.
Chad's there.
Yeah,
Him and Steve will be at that game.
Charging the number $209 to go see the NFL football game. That's the Monday night game.
Yeah. Look at those prices.
Chiefs, Browns, $112. Hey, how about the Bills? I mean, you want to go see the Bills play? It's $122. That Bills Mafia thing is for real, man.
Yeah, it is.
They got a squad. Maybe this is one of the blessings in disguise to have the Lions here. They have one of the cheapest tickets in the NFL.
I don't know, man. I like this kind of stuff. I think it's fun to see where fan bases are rallying. And we've got great fans here. $41 to go see a Detroit Lions game.
And if you go tomorrow on the aftermarkets, I'm sure you'll probably get a little bit less. But Sunday, we'll see. Maybe those prices go up a little bit. You heard Terry. You can go to Kroger in Ann Arbor and get a Michigan ticket for like a nickel.
That's right.
Michigan State against Youngstown State. I'd probably get in that game for $2.
Bears-Rams is the Sunday night game. Matthew Stafford talked about playing in primetime games. Here he is, week 1, playing in a primetime game against his old nemesis, the Chicago Bears. But, the Raiders, the most expensive ticket up there, Terry. So is this a big year for John Gruden? I mean, John Gruden and Mike Mayock have done relatively nothing for the Raiders organization.
The Raiders did the same thing the Lions did. Let's get a guy who's popular on TV. Let's get a guy that people like. That's, to me, is not a championship decision. And so that's why they got John Gruden. But, Vegas had to show their fans some splash, shall we say, because they moved from Oakland to Vegas, and it's all about glitz, and it's not about substance in Las Vegas. So let's get somebody who's glitzy that people are going to like and people are going to buy tickets for. Let's bring in John Gruden.
I mean, they owe him about $60 million still. I just can't imagine they'll get rid of him no matter what happens this year. They can't possibly get rid of him. They can't possibly get rid of him.
No, Mayock is on the hot seat.
But Mayock just does what Gruden tells him to do. So
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think when you make $100 million, you're the guy that they listen to.
Well, the over-under for the Raiders is 8. I think that's a safe bet to bet the over. I truly do.
How about this? John Gruden is going to get another quarterback before he's shown the door, though, too. Right? I mean, if somebody is going...
He loves Derek Carr. At least he tells you that.
I don't think he does.
Remember, I thought Aaron Rodgers was going to go there originally. Because when Rodgers was saying, I'm not going to play for Green Bay, I threw Raiders out there as the pick. Tell me that John Gruden would not have loved to get his hands on Aaron Rodgers.
But the fall guy in Las Vegas is going to be either A, Mike Mayock, like you said, or Derek Carr before John Gruden gets shown the door. He's just $60 million is too much money to pay somebody.
I don't think they're unsatisfied with John Gruden. There's certain franchises that are not interested in winning, believe it or not. And I think the Raiders, short term, are one of those organizations. John Gruden is giving them attention. John Gruden is putting them on national TV. John Gruden gets the Raiders talked about. And I think for them, that's all they need right now.
They're in Vegas.
And they're in Vegas.
They're the most talked about team in the NFL. I mean, that's an expensive ticket. People are going to be packing that stadium from all over the country. You don't think the Raiders, black hole, you don't think they're going to go from Oakland to Vegas every single Sunday? You're damn right
Southwest
they will.
has flights, and so does Spirit, and they're cheap.
You know they will.
While you mentioned, though, the most talked about teams in the NFL, I don't think you can use that phrase and not include Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams, who are going to, they've got a brand new stadium themselves. Last year they played in SoFi, but without fans. So you got a new quarterback, a new stadium, packed houses. They are going to expect something out of this guy in L.A. And a lot of people believe it's Super Bowl or bust for the L.A. Rams and Matthew Stafford. I don't think look, did you watch the football game last night?
Of course.
You tell me that Matthew Stafford is going to go on the road in Tampa and beat Tom Brady.
I don't know that.
Who are you taking? Matthew Stafford or Tom Brady?
Well, I'm not betting against Brady.
Well, you could say Tom Brady in the field.
Okay.
And you're taking Tom Brady. That's unfair.
Who are you taking, Matthew Stafford or are you taking Aaron Rodgers? I mean, Matthew Stafford is lucky to win a playoff game this year. One.
You think?
Lucky.
Okay. He is in the toughest division in football.
I think that is the ceiling for the Rams this year, to win one playoff game, because you ain't beating Rodgers and you ain't beating Brady.
Hey, I got the Packers winning the Super Bowl this year. I picked them against the Chiefs. I like the Packers to come out of the NFC, but I like the Rams to advance 1 or 2 playoff games. I do.
I don't think the Rams are going to make the playoffs this year.
Okay, you're nuts.
I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year.
You know, he's a fan here, super fan over here. Wants the best for the Lions, so he's not going to.
Look at the division. They play Seattle twice. They play San Francisco twice.
They could go 3-3 in the division and still win 11 games, 12 games. They still could.
I don't know. Now, I do think they're going to win week 1 because I think Chicago's terrible.
But they have a good defense.
I think Chicago's terrible. I think that decision by Matt Nagy to start Andy Dalton is going to get him fired.
He promised them.
You're starting the season 0-3. Right now, you're starting the season 0-3.
By the way, Lions Monday Night Football next week at Green Bay.
Yeah. They're going to start the year 1-1.
Okay.
Lions are winning this week.
You're nuts.
And no, he's not that. But no, that's what the Lions do. They win a game you have no expectations of them winning, and then they'll lose their next 5.
You don't even know what you didn't see in the preseason this week, man.
How about that survey that Fox put out? Speaking of Lions fans.
We're sick. We got a sickness.
We do.
So NFL on Fox put out this survey, and they asked fans to pick their division winners. And
look at this.
If you notice the Honolulu blue and silver, that Detroit Lions.
Darn right.
Look at that.
This is a legitimate NFL on Fox 2021 season predictions for the division championships as voted on by the fans. And
well, that's a little deceiving because Art here voted 50,000 times.
Well, you can only vote once. They have the Lions winning the NFC North division.
10-7.
How great would that be, though, if the Lions and Rams saw each other in the playoffs?
Wow. Never going to happen. Maybe in 3 years.
No.
Perhaps in a first-round wild card game in 3 years.
Yeah. You ain't getting by that NFC East championship.
That's too sexy for us. That can't happen.
Listen to this on YouTube.
Getting by football team.
This is a good one. Harrison Metzler on there on YouTube. He says the Madden curse will be in full effect. Brady and Mahomes, something's going to happen to those guys. And last night,
I don't think that.
I know they look great.
It's gone.
But they already have an injury. They get a couple more injuries. It's tough to repeat, man. The last teams to repeat, you got to go back to. The heck was it?
Didn't it New England repeat?
No, the Patriots.
Yeah,
the Patriots. Thank you. It was the Patriots back in 03, 04. That's a long time, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're going to see a repeat of it. And if you don't see a repeat, there's one of 4 teams that are going to be in it. This is it. It's the Bucs and the Packers in the NFC, and it's the Chiefs and the Bills. Those are the only 4 teams that are going to have a chance to win the championship this year.
And Lions.
No, the Lions are not going to win the championship this year. You got to wait till next year, Fish, and then talk to me. Then I'll get with you. But that's it. It's the Bills and the Chiefs in the AFC, and the Packers and the Bucs in the NFC. Everybody else is playing for 5th place.
That's pretty much it. Now, if things go right, maybe the Cleveland Browns. But that's the team that may not make the playoffs either, too.
I don't know. There's a lot of football. I love football.
I love it. It's great talking about it.
We have some very special videos of the day coming up next. And we do have to mention Miguel Cabrera on a tear right now. Can he get there in 2021? 29 hits away in 21 games. We'll do that next. And this very, very important, powerful video of the day. We'll do that next.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Hey guys, we've been telling you about the pregame show at the Tin Roof. How about the Lions post-game show at the Brass Rail. That's at Adams and Woodward. We start streaming live right after the 2-minute warning of every Lions game. Get our reactions and crowd interactions. It's going to be DJs, drinks, and a Woodward VIP section with food and more. Make sure you stop by every Lions home game. Yeah, that's right, Maz. Food. Feed me at the Brass Rail home games throughout the Lions season.
Oh, all right.
Lather up, Maz. You heard the word food.
Maz gonna get some of that pizza.
Yeah. Guys, it is worth mentioning that Miguel Cabrera, 7 consecutive hits at the plate. 7 consecutive. And he is now 29 hits away. He's got 21 games to do it in. The streak per Elias is the longest of his career and is the longest streak by a Tigers hitter since Omar Infante back in 2013.
The great Omar.
So Tigers and Rays this weekend from Comerica Park.
Hey, I'll be there tonight. One of the, how many fans you think will be there tonight?
18,000.
I'll be one of them. Can't wait. Gorgeous night for baseball. Best team in baseball the Tampa Bay Rays. Cannot wait to go watch some Tiger baseball.
Quick thought on the Tampa Bay Rays, and Dick Vitale put this out on Twitter last week.
What a shame.
It is an absolute
Sin.
travesty. There is nobody going to these games in Tampa.
Bunch of idiots.
Nobody. This ballpark
I don't know what they have.
is
Wait,
empty.
stop.
No.
Don't call them
No, stop.
idiots.
They're idiots.
No, they're old, and that stadium sucks.
No, it's not.
It does.
Yes, it
stadium
does.
sucks.
That stadium
does
is
suck.
awful.
Yes.
I like it.
No, it's a terrible stadium.
What's
I like
wrong
the
with
Trop.
you?
I like it.
Oh, jeez.
It's a terrible stadium. They got to do something
What does
about
that mean? You don't, just because you don't like the stadium, you're not going to go to the game?
Okay, you're in Florida.
Oh my God.
It's warm.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So you take a break in the air conditioning.
You don't want to go into a basketball arena to watch a baseball game.
No.
You don't want to go into
I
an
agree
arena
with you,
that's shaped
Terry.
like a spaceship. And it's not even an upright spaceship.
It's crooked. I know,
Nonetheless, it is embarrassing, those crowds that they're drawing in Tampa. Best team in baseball, best team in every league.
Should have won the World Series last year.
They have the best team in every league. In AAA, in AA, in single A, in rookie ball.
And they have the best farm system.
That's what I just
It's
said, man.
All right, Maz.
Sorry about that.
Maz.
You're right. That's a
Baby,
farm system.
stop. When you're in that stadium and you hit a long, high fly ball to left field, what happens?
Catwalk.
What happens?
Hits the catwalk.
There we go.
That's not a stadium,
I like
dude.
that.
Right.
You like that? You got to learn how to play the carom.
No,
Play the carom.
Okay. Guys, man, do you want to set these videos up?
I do.
right.
We're going to lead it off. I'm going to let Ryan lather himself up. Take you back to 2011. On this day in sports, how freaky is this? It's Michigan and Notre Dame. They combined for 21 points in the last minute and 22 seconds.
I remember it.
Michigan wins. Denard to Roundtree. Check it out.
All right.
Pulls out and rolls the right. He's going to throw back to the left to set up a screen. It's Vincent Smith, one of the plays they practice in the game plan. He's loose. End zone. Michigan leads it. Middle. Touchdown, Riddick. The Irish regain the lead.
Go Riddick.
Steps away from the pressure, fires downfield, wide open's Gallen. They left him alone. Needs a block. Now he's in a foot race. Out of bounds at the 15, and there's 8 seconds to go. Starts Smith in motion. He's going to throw for it. He's got to throw it to the end zone. Lobs it up. One-on-one. Caught. Michigan touchdown! I can't believe this! Rory Roundtree! Bernard Robinson and some of the other
Goosebumps.
players are going up.
Except for the last play, you know what we saw? Terrible defense.
Yeah.
Awful tackling.
That's okay. 21
It was
points
like
in the last
flag
minute.
football.
Brent Musburger on the call.
I think that was the M&M game, wasn't it? Where he went up into the booth with...
we showed that the other day.
And
how about those uniforms?
How about Theo Riddick for Notre Dame, former Lion?
You like the uniforms? The block in on the front?
I hated the uniforms.
I hated them too.
I hated them.
I didn't like it either.
I am not a alternate uniform guy. I want teams to always wear the uniform that they play with. I want you to wear...
How about Thanksgiving?
The Thanksgiving uniforms are great. those throwbacks. Maybe
Except
once a
the
year.
Lions throwbacks. I love those.
Yeah.
The silver helmet
Yeah,
and high
that's
socks.
To me, the Lions throwback sidebar should be the 1980s Lions throwbacks. Those are the best uniforms I ever laid eyes on. They're gorgeous. Love the helmet. Love Leaping Lions.
Just
Look,
the
there's
greatest.
Leaping Lions.
Just the greatest.
Of course, if you like something, you will never see it again.
You know,
if it's the Detroit Lions.
that old Lions logo, though, I never knew. I thought the legs were the mouth. You know? Like, if you look at that old Lions logo.
I did too.
That's Bubbles
Yeah,
the Lion.
I always thought that was the mouth.
Let me show you again. Hold on.
Yeah, I always thought the arms were the mouth. Seriously, it wasn't until the Lions came out with their new logo that I understood that wasn't the mouth.
I don't like Mean Lion. I like my old Leaping Lion.
Yeah.
And I like the old colors.
I know I'm not the only one.
They changed Honolulu Blue. How do you change Honolulu Blue?
I know I'm not the only one.
Stinks.
No, it doesn't.
Alex,
Yes,
do you
it
have
does.
Alex, do you have a Lions logo in there that you could put on this board or no? Or an old one?
It'll take me a second.
Yeah,
that's fine.
See if you can get it. See if you
Let's
can get
darken
it.
the blue. Tampa Bay changed their colors and
Yeah,
became
they-
a Super Bowl
Yeah, but
team.
they suck. I hate those uniforms.
But you know what? They played better with
I
those
like
uniforms.
Bucko Bruce and the Creamsicles. Sorry.
Oh,
I don't know what to tell
got
you.
the little knife in his mouth.
Yeah, he's awesome. What a cool swashbuckling pirate.
We're asking Alex to do a lot here.
Hey,
because
in the meantime,
yeah.
Alex, you want me to go to my next video?
I have the logo for you in 10 seconds.
Oh my gosh!
Get
Look
the
at this
logo.
guy. Okay, I'm gonna unplug here.
This is Mr. Ford's favorite logo, by the
Mr.
way.
Ford.
That's going up.
I hope this is the right one.
Let's see.
Because you know me, I'm young.
Mr. Ford.
No, you're great, Mr. Ford. What do you mean I'm five? Nope,
No, okay.
different one.
But that's Mr. Ford's favorite
Yeah,
logo.
that is the blue one. The blue one.
Okay, play the video and then I'll look for.
Play the
All right.
video and then yeah.
Since Michigan is playing Washington, I figured I'd go back to 1993 and show you the Rose Bowl with Tyrone Wheatley running all over those Huskies.
Beautiful.
All right.
Wheatley explodes. They won't catch him. Put it on the scoreboard. Wheatley with a crease. Wheatley to the 35, 40. Wheatley could explode. He's a former state sprint champion. He'll score.
Little secret for you. So when I was a freshman at Grosse Pointe South in '94, and I got brought up to the varsity, I was a running back, and I wore number 6 for Mr. Tyrone Wheatley.
Nice.
Love Tyrone Wheatley, and I wore 6 only that year instead of my traditional 35. Okay, so here you go. Can you throw it on this board or no? If you can't, Alex, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's gonna take me a while.
Okay, don't worry about
Another 10 seconds.
So I don't know if you guys could see, but the front legs, it's hard. But I thought that was the mouth, and the dot was the eye.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
Isn't the dot the eye anyway?
No,
What is the dot?
the dot is some space.
Wait, Maz, give us the leaping lion, and then we're gonna do a side-by-side
So
comparison.
hold on, Terry.
I see the mouth now.
Yeah. So hold on. Put it back up there. Put it back up. So
We can't hear you, bro.
He's
is the mouth and the eye. This is the arms. Talk over then, Naz.
I'm talking to you.
This is great radio.
This is awesome.
Right. Well,
Listen, just bring back Leaping Lion
I'm just
for us.
telling you. Okay,
Please.
one more video. We got to get you serious video.
Hey, tomorrow is the 20-year anniversary of 9/11, when those cowards attacked us in New York City, and 3,000 plus people lost their lives, and many more losing their lives today. All those police officers, firemen, and all the people that work to help all of those people get cancer, terrible disease from all that asbestos that came down. George W. Bush, our president, throwing out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium in the 2001 World Series, game number 3.
For tonight's ceremonial first pitch, and please welcome the President of the United States.
One of the greatest moments in sports, in my opinion.
What a throw.
That was the most important and best ceremonial first pitch ever in history.
And what a sin that the Yankees did not win that World Series.
Man, Bob Bradley.
Losing Game 7 to that cowardly hit by Luis Gonzalez over a pulled-in infield. Why'd you pull the infield in, Tory?
That's not his fault. That's not his fault that the infield was
Pull
drawn
the infield
in.
You idiot! What the hell, man?
You're not upset, are you?
I have nightmares to this day. I'll go to my grave not happy.
I love you. I love Yankees fans. I love Yankees fans. I went to a Tigers Yankees fans at the old Yankee Stadium one day.
Tory.
These Yankees fans are so crazy, man. Like, somebody stood up next. I don't even remember like the exact scenario, but there was a fan
Arizona
that stood up and flipped out next to me. It's like, Cano, what are you doing? It was Cheetah's cut. It was Cheetah's cut, Cano. What are you doing? You know, like they know who the cutoff man is supposed to be. Anyway, Terry, this has been absolutely fun, man.
All right.
Thanks for coming in. You got any parting words?
I had a Yankee Stadium story. I took
Go
Little
ahead. What
B
the hell?
to a game at the new Yankee Stadium.
The mall? You mean the mall?
The mall, whatever it is. And I was curious.
It's like going to freaking
why
Oakland
was
Mall.
the place packed, but all the seats behind the Yankees dugout was empty?
Was they like $5,000 each?
Because somebody said, yeah, those seats are like $1,600 each. I'm like, oh my God, why don't they lower the price? Yankees don't do that.
Unbelievable. Terry, good stuff, man. We appreciate it. Lions going to win this week?
No, but they're going to be competitive.
Hey, Alex, good luck tomorrow, my man.
Thank you, Ryan.
Have
Be
some fun.
a professional.
Enjoy it.
Alex, stay off the field.
Alex, be professional, but have fun.
All right.
Does that make sense?
I can't stop saying all right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you guys.
Maz, love you, buddy.
Love you guys.
Fish, you rock, man.
Thank
love
you, sir.
And we love all of you.
Get ready to be wild.
Yes.
Go Lions.
We'll see you Sunday. We'll see you Sunday right here on Woodward Sports and on Riff 101.1.
We're on the FM.
Yeah, on
That's
the
exciting.
FM dial. We'll see you on Sunday, 11 to 1, Lions pregame. Until then, so long.
See ya.
Group.
In the draft. Here they come after Brady. Throws, caught. Gronkowski to the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Brady hanging right in there. Donovan Wilson coming.